Hello everybody, we are back here in our Youth World Championship, World Archery Youth Championship in Yankton, South Dakota. Right now starting 1/8 elimination round, quarterfinals, excuse me. We're in quarterfinals already. Having Lee Woo Seok from Korea shooting against Ren Qizhuang, who we have seen before this morning, to see who is going to semifinals. It has been a rainy day, full night. Artists are wet. The field is wet. The cameras are wet. Everything is wet. The good news is that the wind has decreased quite a lot, and that's helping the archers to be a bit more consistent. We see that they are grouping to the right because there's less wind, and probably they have the setup prepared for a bit more wind. And here we are with Matt Davis, great guy, Hoyt.
Thanks, Juan Carlos. Glad to be here, man. Appreciate you.
We are bringing important people around to this commentary position. And Matt, thank you very much for taking the time. I just kidnapped you in the middle of the shooting line, waiting line, and brought you here.
Glad you called me over, Juan. Great to be here. Man, these archers are really out here grinding today. The conditions are less than favorable. The wind's blowing the rain sideways, but they're out here giving it their all. It's awesome. There's some incredible athletes here.
Yep. We are seeing, was mentioned before, has been raining full night, full day. Now it's a little bit less windy, but the archers are cold, are humid. So it's
I'm
tough.
cold and humid too, so I can only imagine. And I'm under a tent, so.
Yes, that's true. But we have less adrenaline, with less heartbeat. We are more relaxed.
I'm nervous sitting next to you, so I don't know about that.
Thank you very much. Good. We have the first set. Our Korean archer start with 27 against 25 from China, so he got the first 2 set points. It's a quite a year with Korea against China, China against Korea in our World Cup, and it seems that it's going to be matches, very interesting matches during the season. It's clear that South Korea have archers in a level that is amazing.
It doesn't matter, you know, what age group. The Koreans always seem to be producing some of the best archers in the world continuously. So it's fun to watch the up and comers and the younger archers that are getting to that elite level. And it's, you know, even at this age they're shooting extremely well. So it's fun to watch.
And then China is coming very strong.
As well, yeah.
Is beating them sometimes in Asian events, sometimes in our World Cups, and even so that the level is very equal and very tight with many countries. When a Korean get beaten, it's a surprise for all of us. Always.
No, and it really is. So it's fun to have other countries, you know, China on their heels, you know, pushing those other archers to shoot well, which makes it more enjoyable to watch and view for the spectators and commentators as well. So.
We can just see the flags that are blowing more calm, more cool, not so tight like this morning. So
not standing at a 90-degree angle.
Yes, this is the good news of today. As it's happened as well this morning, we have more matches running out in the quarterfinals. We have all the targets that we don't see on camera. So that's why sometimes you will see that the match is going a bit slow or waiting, because we're waiting for the matches. We had some issues with pass-through arrows in the compound field, in the first Dakota field where we have the compound competition, which is a bit delayed. It's a 25 to 30 minute delay because this pass-through. But in the Recurve field, we are quite on time.
Pretty on par, yeah.
The Easton field. Good, Matt. You have been a junior in Hoyt. Now you're a senior in Hoyt. You are promoted to take care of the international staff. And how is this going for you?
No, it's going really well. So it's a cool opportunity. You know, previously being involved, you know, on the international side of Hoyt's business, you know, really opened up a lot of cool opportunities and privileges, and to be able to step into the pro staff side of things and, you know, work with yourself and, you know, Dean Alberga and those folks to really take care of the Hoyt shooters, as well as, you know, other archers and athletes. It's been a cool learning experience. You know, it's fun to get to travel to these events, meet people, you know, and just establish those relationships. So it's going really good. I can't complain one bit. So
fantastic. I'm very glad. You have been always a great guy, and it's good to have you around.
That. Thank you.
Very good. And that has changed. In the past, there was no way that we could have our companies coming to see us international events, and now you guys are making so much effort to come to the World Cup all around the World Championship. This opportunity to touch and to talk to the archers and to really get feedback from them directly.
Well, you know, you guys have kind of pioneered the way. You guys have, you know, created those opportunities, and now where it's so popular and there's those events that we can go to and talk to the shooters and meet them through you guys, you know, it's fun to be able to team up with World Archery from Hoyt's standpoint and really kind of just help grow archery in general, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's why we're all here, is to grow archery.
That's so to grow the sport. And how much of this feedback you guys take from the first line, from the archers, is going back to the engineers, to the designers, to the marketing people?
I've walked up and down the line about 9 times, and I think I've got basically an exact count of how many shooters have Hoyt bows and how many shooters aren't shooting Hoyt. So, you know, these are those types of events where you come and you talk to coaches, you talk to shooters, and, you know, we document all the information that we can because, you know, being Hoyt, being such an innovative company, you know, we're making the products that shooters want to shoot. We take that feedback, we take that back to our engineers, we take that back to our marketing, and we're going to implement that stuff moving forward because, you know, that's what helps us be a successful company.
So you arrange meetings and you document this and
absolutely,
say to the engineers
absolutely.
and the marketing people.
Yeah, as soon as I get back, I mean, we have at least one weekly marketing meeting, but as soon as I get back, you know, we sit down and we discuss things that we saw, things that we need to improve on, and it's, you know, we're always trying to push that limit and be better.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's good to hear that.
Yeah.
Competition is good.
I'm really just here hanging out, enjoying the good weather, Juan. So it's
hard to believe, but it's fine. Let's go back to the match.
Yep.
And it's leading Lee from Korea. Lee, it's a common name in Korea.
Quite.
We cannot say Mr. Lee or because there are many Lees, but yes, Lee is leading. Started now with the 8. Okay.
8-9.
Ren get it. As we can see, they have left-right grouping. Of course, as I mentioned, the wind has changed, and now it's very little wind. So, of course, if you have compensated all your equipment to have a tough wind is changing, it's difficult to read it with the rain at the same time.
Really got to be good at aiming off in these conditions.
Yes. In fact, we see that the flags, the flags wind are really aiming like coming from the north, but we see the flags on the left that is coming from the east.
Yep.
It seems that the wind circulation is not consistent.
it's really swirling and very inconsistent. So these shooters get up and they make one shot, and then the next shot it's completely different. So that makes it difficult, especially for these recurve shooters.
And this is something that you get for experience, to know where to read the wind on the field.
Yep.
If you just look on the target and you see the wind flags on the target, can give you a wrong impression. That's why it's important for experienced archers to learn all around the venue what is really giving you the accurate information.
Yep. If it was me, I'd just be aiming at the other target and hope I hit mine. So.
Good. That's hard to believe, but let's say that you are saying the truth. Good. Chinese came back. He got with the last 10.
Yeah.
Got the set, so he got 2 set points.
26-25.
Yes, 2-2. It's interesting always to see tough matches and going to a shoot-off, as we all spectators like to see. I guess the archers don't have the same opinion.
They'd like to win outright, but for us, it's fun to watch and a lot more exciting.
Yes, okay, for sure. We can see the coaches also getting cold.
Needs a jacket, that guy does.
Yeah. As we are not in finals, we still have the archers going to the target, scoring, coming back. That's taking time. It's a lot of time to think what you can do, where should you focus.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of time to walk up there and think and evaluate and see what you've done. And then as you're coming back, you know, prepare yourself for that next end and know what you're going to do, what move you're going to make, how you need to shoot. So a lot of mental preparation in between these rounds.
Totally right, and very often it's a time that we should be focusing what to think positive or what to do, and we start getting defensive, what we should not do, or what we should try to avoid.
It's all about being positive. That's the most important thing. The glass is always half full, so just have a good outlook on it and realize that you can do better each time and come back and shoot your best. I think that's one of the biggest learning experiences for the youth is, you know, just learning to have that positive outlook and that entire positive ambience about them, because that's what translates into success in the long run.
Totally right. It's easy to say when we are here relaxed, a bit more
when we're not shooting, right?
When you are shooting and you are with body full of adrenaline, having your own issues, it's hard to remember. That's what's important, to create this habit of thinking in training and get it really an habit, something automatic. And
yeah,
it's difficult to avoid thinking negative, but it's good. It's easy to detect it when you have trained it very often and go back to what you should be doing.
Exactly.
That's why it's difficult to train with cell phones, with WhatsApp, with Facebook, and all this at the same time. So I used to tell my archers, leave the phone outside.
Exactly.
Don't use it now. We are on camera. Say, good, this is mad. And focus on the shots. And then we give him a little break, and he can make his Twitter, his text message, and then go back to focus on shooting.
Focus on what he's doing.
Correct. As there was some discussion this morning with the music. We run music during the competition. Of course, when the archers are shooting, we raise the level a bit lower, like a background. But even so, some coaches or some archers were not used to it, so they ask us to take it out.
Yep.
And we fight back to say some others like it very much. So it's quite interesting to see this discussion happening in the Youth World Championship, because in the World Cup and the Senior World Championship, they're used to it. We're doing it for many years.
Exactly. But here it's new, and so the coaches, like you said, some of the coaches are, I guess, old school, or set in their ways where they're used to doing, things in silence. But for this youth, I mean, I'm young. I'm not very old at all, and I enjoy music. Music's very relaxing for me, and being here all day and listening to the music. There's a great mix. There's different genres. There's different artists. I mean, I can't really listen or hear what's going on right now, but it's just calm, relaxing music. It's not in your face, screamo rock or anything like that. It's just good upbeat music that really puts a good, changes their attitude, I guess.
And some were saying that's helped to focus as well. When everything is silence, you get distracted very easy. Now the doubt is to know if the Chinese coach was dancing with the music, or it was just cold and moving. We will have to ask him.
I think he was dancing.
He was a dancer. Good. We can see like the archers are taking care of the equipment. They are drying a bit the grip. Coaches talking to them.
Man, they got to be cold. I mean, that is. I'm cold just sitting here, but those guys are out there in it. They're in those elements.
Something surprising, because we were not expecting this weather forecast on this.
Neither was I. I brought shorts, and this is like the only pair of pants I have.
we were told, and 2 days ago, it was so hot. We have probably 2 compound archers that has to stop shooting because they were losing to girls in compound division. They were having trouble. So it's amazing that in 2 days, from having a heat that was extremely hot to go to this weather that is a bit cold and
a little monsoon.
Yes.
Here we go again.
Okay, wind is coming back. It's struggling.
Let down.
Especially when this is a problem when it's not consistent. When it's consistent, you can go against it fine, but it's coming and going and have up and down.
There's a lot of strong gusts. I mean, you'll see these archers as soon as they start to draw back, and you can feel that gust, and you can probably hear it on some of the microphones as Juan Carlos and I are here talking. You can hear that wind. So, they go to shoot, and they have to let down because they just got to wait for more favorable elements. So
we can see that they are waiting. They're waiting to read the wind. You can wait that it's less wind and then rise the bow and make a fast shot, or you can, if your shot is a bit longer, you rise the bow when it's in the heat, in the high moment of the wind, and when you are ready to expand and to aim, the wind is going down. So it's 2 ways to do it. Any of them, of course, you have to practice it before to get used to it.
And that just comes back to what you were saying earlier, Juan Carlos, is just the overall experience that these shooters gain by shooting in this, right? I mean, and they have to train in this. You can't just come and come to an event like this and think you're going to shoot the same you do as on a nice sunny day. So these archers have to compete and practice in these elements year-round, or else they're not going to be competitive, right?
Totally right. We mentioned this before with John Dudley. Excellent grouping, a bit on the right. He's again, I think, has read the wind now from the flags on the left, the country flags, and his thought was a bit stronger than it was. So it's a good grouping on the right for Mr. Lee, and he did 24 points. And Ren was struggling a bit more, make quite a 3 in the first arrow, which is put him in down.
Yep, kind of hard to come back from that on one end, but.
We were talking yesterday about the set system, and the set system allow this kind of mistake. You can make a 3, but you're still in the game.
Exactly. You can come back from a shot like that, which makes it, again, fun to compete in and fun to watch, because there's always an opportunity to come back. It's not you're not going to win outright. Well, you can, I guess, to an extent, but
the match is still alive.
Exactly, the match is still alive. There's opportunity for the archer to be competitive and still have a chance to win.
Otherwise, with this 3, if it's cumulative scoring, it's over already. We have to see 3 more ends with no excitement. And right now we have, he lost the set, but he has the way to come back.
Exactly.
Lee is leading 4 set points to 2 set points from Ren. Excuse me. My Chinese pronunciation is not that. It's as bad as the English one.
I'll let you do it. I don't want to offend anybody.
As bad as my Span-English. The organizer placed some nice bleachers there for spectators, but it's completely understandable that they are not watching it.
Yep, I can get that. I understand that 100%.
In this kind of weather, I think, except the girlfriend or boyfriend and the parents, no one else wants to watch the archers shooting under this condition.
It's pretty slim pickings right now. You look around and everyone's huddled together, by their bows with their friends, with their family and coaches, and that's about it that's out here right now. If you don't have to be outside, they're not.
We can see how archers are marking the arrows.
Yep.
It's important to mark the arrows on the target face to make sure that if it's a bouncing or it's a pass-through, the judges can identify what was the hole of this arrow.
Exactly.
It's a habit we have to take when we compete, as well as check the arrows. It's a pity that when you are not checking the arrow and there's a vein taking off
or a knocker
something
that's been cracked or anything like that.
And then you make a miss just because you have not checked the arrows. So we can see archers checking the arrows. If their points are okay, the veins are good. The one they don't do this, they have a risk, especially in days like today.
Yep. Everything's got to be consistent. That's that's the thing with archery. You watch these shooters shoot over and over and over again. It's all about consistency. So to Juan Carlos's point of having your arrows, your bow, everything the exact same on every shot, that's what's going to translate into success.
You are working in Hoyt, and I would like to talk about the equipment.
Yeah.
20 years ago, when it was very hot or very humid or very rainy, the equipment was changing a lot. The behavior, how was it tuning, so it was affecting. The equipment has advanced so much. You guys have done so much work in materials and how to put them together and how the full system works to not lose energy, that nowadays the performance is more or less the same with days like today.
Yeah, it's we really believe that our equipment's kind of in a league of its own as far as the consistency, and Douglas Denton, the head recurve engineer at Hoyt Archery, has done a phenomenal job of, again, gathering feedback from shooters, and he's also a very smart man, obviously, as an engineer, but he knows these components, he knows the cores that are needed, and being able to find the consistency. And all of our product goes through such a thorough testing and basically a torture test that it's going to be the same. You're going to find,
no matter if it's hot, if
it doesn't matter if it's hot, cold,
raining,
whatever it's going to be, your equipment's going to perform the same. So it's nice where you can cut that variable out, right? We're talking about consistency, material, arrows, whatever it may be, but being able to be consistent and offer a product like the Hoyt Quattro limbs that are going to perform rain or shine, sleet or snow.
Very frustrating as an archer when you don't know if it's you as equipment.
Oh, nothing more frustrating. You're sitting there messing with your sight the whole time, and it's not you.
We would love to get excused at this equipment, but you guys are making it more difficult.
I always blame my equipment anyways. I'm not a professional archer by any means, so.
Be careful, the boss doesn't need to listen. Good, we are back on the match. We have Ren trying to come back. He needs to make solid shot.
Let down again, and a little strong gust of wind coming across there.
Wind and confidence. He knows that he cannot give any opportunity. Koreans don't give them too much opportunity. They take it. So.
And it's good for spectators that are watching, watch those flags behind the archers on the screen here. You can see as he's drawing back, if he lets down, watch those flags.
Good solid shot, low.
Strong shot, fell a little short.
He's correcting the sides, as well as that's quite important when you have days like this, to move the side and not wait 3 arrows to be in the same spot to correct it. So if you feel the shot was well done, correct the side, trust yourself. It's better to have the next one a bit higher or in the center than not waiting 3 arrows to come back, losing points.
Nope, not worth it.
Both start with an 8. You can see how his focus, concentration, probably he's imagining how to make a good shot.
Yep.
What is his shot? Both archers are rising at the same time. And watching.
Ooh,
Wow.
great shot.
This is very good, very close to the center of the target
Yep.
as an X. Another one. It's in
Phenomenal shooting.
Korean mode. So he did 28, 8, 10, 10, this order. And the Chinese archer make an X in the last one, trying to come back, but having given another 2 points in this.
Difficult to
this
do
3
so.
arrows. Yes, difficult. You have to
Great
be
match regardless, though. Congratulations
yes,
to both of the
it's
archers.
clear that Lee won 6-2. Very solid end. Good 3 shot in the same way. Impressive. So he's going to the semi-finals, trying to reach a place for the gold medal match. Lee and is one of the archers we have been following today. And Ren is going to get warm now.
Yep.
That's the positive part.
Time for some hot chocolate.
Excellent. As there are more matches running, probably we have to wait for a while. So I would like to thank Matt for being here.
Thank you again, Juan Carlos.
We will have a break, a stop, and we will come back to the next match, the last one of the morning session. Thank you, everybody, and let's come back very soon.